carrying front tire there. See if it'll drive through it. What's going on, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. We are out here on the DeKleined trail in Sand Hollow. Now this is a 10 out of 10 rated trail. It is a full-blown buggy trail. There are tons of huge, big rock obstacles and big waterfalls. It's a ton of fun to bring out my RC crawlers and play around on it. So today I brought out my 1.9 competition crawler, which is kind of new to my fleet. So I'm out here seeing how it compares to my other rigs. And then I've got my RC four-wheel drive Trail Finder 2. This thing is super scale on all leaf spring suspension, basically right out of the box stock with a few little tweaks here and there. Super fun trucks. We're gonna see how they compare to each other and see how they do. Let's get to it. Let's go hit some obstacles on DeKleined. All right, guys, first big vertical wall here on the DeKleined trail. I'm gonna try this thing out with the RC four-wheel drive Trail Finder 2. Now this truck has a high center of gravity, so I kind of have to keep it pointed uphill. So I kind of work and zigzag my way along this wall and try not to let it tip over. But I mean, for an RTR rig, I've done like very basic modifications to it, just kind of messing with the springs and whatnot. But I have not bought any upgrade for this truck yet. It's just been tuning and meddling with it. These RC four-wheel drive tires hook up really well. The only thing I've done to the tires is actually vent them, which means I just took a pair of wire cutters and just cut a tiny little hole in each one so that they can kind of squeeze and grab onto the rocks a little better. Okay, now these spots are tricky because you need just a little momentum to get through the cracks sometimes. You don't want to go too far in either direction. Okay, we made it up and over that. We can kind of use this wall to help us scoot along, but if it starts climbing it, it'll tip us over. So, gotta be careful. Getting real steep and sideways here. Okay, now we're gonna do a U-turn. And then we gotta get up this little ledge right here. So, kind of gotta bump it. Ooh, that was a good bump, actually. Nice. Okay, the front passenger's on a vertical wall. We got to work around it. Damn, RC four-wheel drive pulls it off. We've got my competition crawler. This is basically a 1.9 semi class 2 build. This thing has an extremely low center of gravity and it can side hill like crazy. So we can just cruise straight along here as long as these tires hook up and help us pull us up over the ledges. Just that tiny bump there. Okay, we got a little too much on the vertical face there. Need to bring it more driver. Up and out, done. All right, guys, we have the comp crawler. We just dropped into the bottom of the snake pit obstacle on DeKleined. So we're gonna see if this crawler will get all the way to the top. Once you're about 75% of the way up, right there, there's a choke point that's very difficult to get any RC through. In fact, before today, I have never seen one get through it. I've had my axial Capra out here, even with its four-wheel steer setup, and I've also had my 1.9 Wraith with dig unit and all that stuff on there, and neither of those were able to make it up here. But with this droop suspension, with the chassis slammed all the way down to the axles, and these BFG sticky compounds from Proline Racing, this truck is a hell of a climber. Just made that look easy. A lot of my trucks really struggle there, especially because the real rigs often have breakages and black spots from their tires. as well as 90 weight gear oil on the rocks never helps. The full-size crawlers basically polish these rocks smooth and kill all the traction available. Now my first run here today, this was the hard part for me. So let's see if we can get this truck balanced and not let the front end slip over. With the full droop suspension, it just likes to hop like this. We can try and swing the rear end up on the wall a little higher. It's carrying front tire there. See if it'll drive through it. Take a little reset. There we go, drove through it on that one. Oh. Damn, that was close. That tire got caught up in the underhang up here. Let's get a little more vertical view of what's going on. Now, this is really steep terrain here. This back tire needs to be on top of that ledge. There we go. All right, trying to get a good view of how crazy steep this is. Some big ledges you got to get up. So I actually climbed up this ledge kind of straight on, and then there's the crack to the driver's side of the car, and it's going to slide down into that crack a little bit, but that's where the traction is. But then there's two ledges on the driver's side it has to get through. Oh, she's losing it. Okay. See, so the first ledge is up by the front tire. Come on. Okay, I got that. Get the rear up it. That's the only RC I've seen do this, guys. I'm very impressed with that. Then we gotta stay balanced. I struggle to climb up this. That's how steep and slick this is. And up and out of the snake pit on DeKleined. All right, guys, I did a little practice run here at the Toyota, but it is not gonna make it over the top obstacle. So it is right on the verge of being able to actually climb the vertical wall too. So it's a pretty fun challenge for this thing. Shoot right. Just with the way it leans over, it ends up flopping into the rock on the right side of the screen. It's unfortunate. This is really close to making it, but just can't side hill enough. So at one point I had brought my axial bomber out here, and I had geared down the bomber and tried to make it a crawler. Ultimately, they don't make very good crawlers. They cook electronics really quick because they're heavy and they're big, and they're just not geared low. So don't really recommend one as a crawler. They are fun trucks. But I had run my bomber up this hill before, and I've had my 1.9 Wraith up here before. Now this little wedge, because the wall on the left is actually slightly overhanging, you can't quite get the front and the rear to come up it. It puts your truck in a really bad bind, and it likes to break stuff. But if you come up on the wall, you get to squeeze your way around here with a pretty nasty crossover. Okay, now we're on a good line. Got my tires where I want them. I haven't done this in a long time. The line is really tricky through here. It's a super fun obstacle. That's about as pretty as it looks. Problem is you get your tire trapped into that wall. That wasn't too bad, that was pretty good. And just take the descent down. It's about as steep as this truck will handle. Alright guys, I've been out here one other time at this specific spot, and I had my axial 1.9 Wraith. At the time, I saw this little ledge on this wall we're about to check out, and decided to try and drive up it. And it just worked perfect as a little escalator, putting the front passenger and driver rear on the crack, and it pulls the truck right up. So this is the wall. Just got to get the truck into position. This thing's got the clearance. I should be able to just drive right up the wall. Let that back tire pivot the rear end around. It slides right on down. Now my only concern here is if my tires get too much traction and it starts driving up the wall. Seems to be working just how I had it in mind. And then the crack just comes to a gradual end where you turn and drive straight up a wall, which is extremely steep. So we'll see how this truck does. Oh, getting a little sideways. Ooh, thought I was going over. Almost got it where I need it to go. And it pulls it off. Holy cow. Uh-oh. Well, that's the end of this climb. Well, hey guys, I greatly appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoy the content. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be posting consistent content as we go, so be sure to get subscribed to see future videos. Also, down in the description, I do have some affiliate links listed. Anything that you purchase through those links helps support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, keep the rubber side down, and we will see you guys in the next one.